Well, hello and welcome to the Super Connector Show, where I'm delighted to be joined by Cass UK, who is the founder and CEO of Delicious, which is an award-winning nurse-led wellness brand selling a wide range of products and programs for individuals, teams, and organizations. So, Cass, how are you doing?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm fine, Paul. I would say I'm on 10-10 this morning. 10-10. I've had a well rested weekend at home with the family, so I'm back on this Monday morning, ready to take on the week. How are
Good.
you?
I'm great. Well, do you know what? I think that's obviously very relevant to you and your brand because it is important to take time out to rest and look after yourself and recover, which is what your brand is all about. Because so many people just on the go all the time, just spinning lots of plates and juggling lots of things, and which is admirable. But eventually, if you're not careful, your body's going to tell you to slow down, and it's going
100%.
to force you to stop.
Yes.
So, do you want to tell us a bit about Delicious and why you started it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Delicious is it's my baby. So it started like 4 years ago in London. I used to work at a private hospital in London, and that's when I started the business alongside working my NH my and one of the I found out was like a lot of people came in at the point of crisis where they're really like they are sick, they are burnt out, there's nothing else can do, and that's when they end up in a hospital. And there is not enough information out there to teach people on how to prevent a lot of health issues and stuff like that. So that was one of the reasons why I started Talicious, to be able to tell people that self-care is not selfish. It's
Mhm.
survival. Like even in your survival mode era, you need to be able to self-care for yourself. And if you don't, eventually your body's gonna slow you down and you're gonna, end up in a hospital bed. And that's why I think that's one of the reasons why we have a lot of people on waiting lists, within the NHS. And that even expanded when I moved into working from the private hospital into NHS, which I did for the last few years in Newcastle. And I realized it's even much more amplified. We do not have enough education out there. So, and this is the reason why I'm much more focused on shows at the moment, so I can be able to get as much information out there for people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. So I was reading I was reading that you were a nurse for around about 7 years. And like you say, there's a bit of a crossover. You were doing nursing when you first came up with the idea for Delicious, but you've left nursing to go fully focused on the Delicious brand and wellness programs that you're running. Um, was that an easy or a difficult choice to make?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and you have to think about as well, like the job security, because I've got that job security with working at my full time job. At the end of the month, the bills are paid. So it wasn't easy transitioning from that to going into working on my business full time, which was my side hustle at the point. But the switch for me was when I almost died 2 years ago,
Oh, yeah.
during childbirth. So I had a very good pregnancy. I'm not gonna lie about it. I had a very good pregnancy, but at the point of delivery, I had blood gushing out of me, and I almost lost my life and my baby's life,
Wow.
which I was very lucky, that it didn't happen. But that was the switch for me when I realized, what, life is too short. Why wait? You want to do all of these things. You want to help people. You want to be able to, why don't you go into that full time and see what happens? And
Mhm.
I had a maternity leave off as well. And after that, I just went into Delicious full time, and I've never looked back.
Yeah.
So and that's been the best decision I've ever made. I've got like hundreds of women that message me every day, and they're like, what, your product, your message has changed our life, and all of this stuff as well. And
Mhm.
it wasn't easy, but I just had to do it. But the wake up call for me was that point of me almost dying, and that was it for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm obviously sorry to hear that happened, and but I'm very glad that it wasn't worse than it was. But definitely something like that's gonna it's a bit of a trigger, isn't it? It's gonna make you think, or like you say, life's too short. And I've always thought it's worse to regret something that you've not done than something you have done.
Yes.
At least if there's something inside you, burn inside you that you really want to do, then give it a go. And I'm sure if in the future you wanted to go back to nursing, I'm sure you could. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's certain
Yeah.
careers that people always need good nurses with experience and compassion. So why not give it a go? But I'm also definitely I think it's good as well to sort of straddle two worlds as well. I often encourage people to test, do things in their spare time and alongside a steady wage, a steady salary, until it gets to a point where you're ready to go all in, because it's very difficult to do two things or more than two things alongside each other. At some point, you're either going to have to go all in or just decide it's not going to become a big thing. It might still just be a small thing, still a valuable thing, but at some point you have to commit, which is what you've done.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you know, it's fine, we'll keep going. I can hear you perfectly, but your picture has gone off, but that's okay, unless because the podcast will still go out fine and everyone can listen to it, but your picture has gone off for some reason.
Oh, it's gone off. I'm not sure why.
I don't know. So you could try leaving and then coming back in, or we can just carry on.
Can I do that? Can I leave in and come back in? Yeah.
Try doing that, and I'll just start talking.
I'm not sure why.
I'll just do a bit of filling until you do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, as I was saying, Cass, she's got a wide range of products on her website. Well worth taking a look at. Delicious.com. If you go into the shop, she's got supplements, she's got gummies, she's got tea, she's got hair care products, she's got lip care, she's got a wide range of things. She's got a book, which we're going to talk about in a moment. She's also got a wellness journal too, but they're all natural plant-based products that she sells through her website. In addition to that, she's got her wellness programs as well. So she gives training and advice to individuals, but mostly teams and organizations, on how they can take better care of themselves and how they can avoid burnout. So yes, lots of great products. I encourage you to take a good look at that and check out on her Instagram profile as well, which is Delicious Brand. Okay, whilst we're waiting for Cass to come back in here, I'm just going to mention as well, so she is originally from Nigeria. She grew up in Nigeria, where her mother ran the local maternity clinic. Okay, and that's obviously inspired her to do what she did. And I'm going to bring Cass back in now. Okay. Perfect timing. I've just finished. I was basically just telling people about your website, encouraging them to take a look at the shop on there and listing some of the products that you've got for sale and your wellness programs, and then your Instagram handle as well. I was telling them to take a look at that, and then I've literally just said how you grew up in Nigeria, where your mother ran the local maternity clinic and presumably inspired you, influenced you to go down the route that you did. So do you want to tell us a bit about that? About not, I was going to say what you saw, but maybe what you saw and how that inspired you.
Yeah. So I, from the age of 8, right, I got plugged into the family business. So my mom had a local maternity in the southeast part of Nigeria, and then we also had like a pharmacy chemist shop where people would come in and buy stuff. But one of the things that I realized was like everyone that was coming through the door wasn't just coming to deliver babies; they were also coming in for counseling and all of that. So my mom sort of like, she provided that holistic wellness for people, and I think that's where most of my inspiration came from as well. And also I also grasped a lot about business, because from that age as well, I was put in and I could see like how businesses are run. So all of that did shape the way and my way forward. I remember like after high school, I was just in Nigeria and I was like, I don't know what I wanted to do. I don't know if I should go into business. I don't know if I should do law. My mom called me up one day. She used to live in the Caribbean, right? She called me up. She was working at the maternity in the Caribbean at the moment. And she said, well, there's an opportunity for you to come to Dominica and study nursing. Or you can study medicine in Nigeria. But I know you want to do something to help people, and whichever way you go, whether nursing or medicine, you're gonna end up having this career where you can be able to help people, and in the future you can decide to do what you want to do, but this is gonna be the foundation for you. Obviously, I chose the option that was gonna get me to travel, so that's how I ended up in Dominica. So at the age of 19, I was in Dominica, and then I lived there. I did nursing. I almost lived there for 10 years as well. But definitely that did shape a whole lot of my foundation of like wellness, and also my nursing, and also my business as well. My mom having that maternity in Nigeria growing up.
Yeah, amazing. Well, I've never been to the Caribbean, but I'd love to go. And yeah, that's an exciting. Why would you not? Why would you not want to experience another country and do a bit of traveling, and smart as well. The fact that your mother was already out there, it's a bit of a soft land, and it's you're going to be okay. You're going to have someone that can help you get settled in and introduce you to some people, and so that you're not all on your own completely. So how long were you there? Sorry,
I was in the Caribbean for almost 10 years in Dominica.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a nice, like a nice chilled island. It was beautiful, and I felt at home. I felt at home. So amazing stuff.
Yeah. So you went from Nigeria to there, and then you came, and then from there, did you go to London straight after that?
Yes. Yeah. So what happened is, like, after I finished nursing, I wanted. I'm a girl with a big dream. I was like, I want to go to a bigger country, and I want to explore. I want to build something. Because I've been to the UK twice, I had the option to go to the US, but I've been to the UK twice, so it was easier again for me to come back into the UK. So I started looking for companies that are hiring nurses, and at that point, there were lots of them. They were looking for nurses, So I applied, and then within a few weeks, I was in London working for them. So my first job in the UK was in London. So I was like a floor manager, like a team leader in a care home. So my day-to-day task was, again, you come into a shift, you have your team that you're managing that day. You have the residents as well. You communicate with the doctors, with the nutritionists, and see what, like. So that was my job. I did that for over a year. Again, I realized, I need a bit more clinical experience. So from there, I moved to a private hospital again in London, which I did for a year. And that was the period where I started Talicious at the private hospital. And something happened within that period again. I met my husband in London as well. So, and we were, planning our next life. We're going to get married, have kids and all of that. But we didn't want to live in London. So we started looking at other cities. We looked at Leicester, Manchester, other places. And one of the ladies at my workplace was like, "Why don't you try Newcastle? It's a beautiful city. People up north, they're very nice. I think you should try it." So that's we took the train the next week. My husband and I, we came in with loved vibes, and then we moved. So that's how I ended up in Newcastle. But before that, I said again, I look online for like if Newcastle Trust is hiring nurses. So I booked my interview, came in, did my interview as well, and I started working with the Newcastle Trust. So that's bit of my journey right there.
Awesome. Well, I did. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always admire it. Like I can't imagine. Just maybe that's my limitations, self-limiting beliefs. Just it's brave, I think, to go to another country and to just start a new career. But maybe not. It's obviously your personality, that you're just willing to give things a go, and the entrepreneurial spirit and the confidence that maybe you've been given growing up, presumably as well, and your experiences that you've had. But how did you find living in London? Because I've
I think we're getting cut off, but we're back on now. We're back on.
Yeah, your picture keeps leaving. So what I'm going to do, if it ever cuts off,
we're back on. I think that is the Talicious website loading, and Paul is going to be back in right away for listening.
What I was going to say is, if your
picture, that's what it is. You're back on. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back on, but your picture keeps coming.
I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
Strange.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to? I don't know what's going on.
I cannot hear you. Oh my gosh, network.
Cass, do you want to come out?
You probably have to go out and come back in.
Yeah, I think you might need to come back in, because if I leave, then we lose
Can hear.
the thing. Hang on, I'm going to put that in there.
I can hear you. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Oh dear. Well, I'm just gonna do more filling here. Monday morning. It's technology. If it's gonna go wrong, it will. That's just life. But never mind, we'll roll with it. It's not the end of the world. I think she's gonna come back in. And say I can hear her perfectly well, but her picture, for anyone that's watching on the video, it's difficult to see. So apologies about that. Whilst we're waiting for Cass to come in, I'm just going to mention as well, she has also recently raised investment for her business to help her grow, which is exciting, very exciting. So there's an organization called Mercia Ventures. They operate across the UK, but they've got quite a big presence in the northeast of England, which is where Cass is based. And she's just recently obtained some investment from Mercia to help them grow. So help her grow. So if you are a business owner, business leader, and you've got ambition to grow, and you're either pre-revenue or early stage smaller business with ambition to grow, definitely encourage you to take a look at the Mercia, MERCIA Ventures website. And I believe they call it Spark. That's the name that they're calling it, whether informally or formally, the fund that they have set aside for early stage companies to help them grow. But take a look at that, and I'm going to ask Cass in a moment about her experience of raising investment as well. Okay, third time lucky. I was just saying, technology, it doesn't matter. We'll just roll with it. The audio is perfectly fine. So, and even when your picture's cutting out, we can still hear you fine. So anyway, it's a Monday morning. It's the phone signals, they're just struggling a bit with the hot weather, I think, here in the UK. So so I was just saying about, it's maybe my self-limiting beliefs, but I've worked across the UK and I've traveled a lot with work, but I've never relocated. I've never lived and worked in another country. It's something that I think it's something my partner would quite like to do. And so what did you think of London? What was it like living and working in London?
It was nice at first. It was literally nice. I remember when I was moving to the UK and the agency that I was going to come in with, I told them I just want to go to London. So I had options to go to other cities when I was coming in. I was like, I just want to go to London. Yeah. But starting a family, it's a different vibes. So I think that was one of the reasons why we started looking at moving away from London. And anywhere I go, I call it home. It just becomes home for me. And right now, living in the Northeast for the past 4 years, I would stay here. I would literally live here forever. I go to London now, but I just like, you know what, I want to go back home. I want to go back to Northeast. You know, that is home for me. So that's how I see life adaptability. I'm very, very easy to adapt to places. I think that's why it's easy for me to travel and stay somewhere. Yeah. And I tend to look at good things, you know. So when I moved to a place, I moved to things like, for example, when I moved to the Caribbean, there are a lot of people that came to the Caribbean, they didn't like, it's a small country, it's this as well. But the thing I loved about it was the people. The people were very friendly. It was nice. So I focus on that good part of it. Yeah. And that's what it is. And I think every stage of my life as well, I realized, you know what, if that place is gonna give me what I'm looking for, then I have to find a way to adapt. That's what it is. You know. Yeah.
Well, that's a big strength, you know, and it's surprising, I suppose, for when you're that way inclined. I'm like that, right? So I'm optimistic. I always see the good in people and good in places, and I'm very I think I'm flexible and adaptable, and always fit in wherever I go. I'll find a way of fitting in, and but surprising how many people aren't like that. Or I'm surprised when people aren't like that and they only see the negative in things. But definitely, yeah, but I totally believe that there's a phrase like thoughts become things. Like you should be careful what thoughts you have, because you can make things better or worse depending on what you focus on. And I also think when you're an entrepreneur, when you start your own business, you have to almost think things into existence. You have to imagine things and then speak them into existence as well. So because you've got to convince yourself that this thing is going to happen, and then you have to convince the people around you, and people are drawn to that.
That's true.
Positivity and that energy, definitely. Yeah.
It's also like manifestation, isn't it? It's like you're manifesting something, and it also shows it's like if you don't believe in what you're working on and doing, other people are not going to believe in that. People can see that, even like the people that you work with or people you're trying to employ or your employees as well. So if you don't have that belief in that business that it's going to grow, people are going to see that, and that is going to make that business fall faster than you ever think. That's what it is.
Exactly. And when something's new, there's never any guarantees, but like you've still got to believe that it can happen, and that you're going to give it your best shot, and you're going to put everything into it. And definitely, whether that's colleagues like that you're going to hire, or partners that you're going to work with, or funders or investors that you're going to get money from as well. That's what they're looking for. Like they know that your business plan and your financial forecasts might not come true, but they're looking for, is this person believable? Do we think they've got what it takes to make it happen? So can you still hear me, Cass? Because you have your pictures.
Yes, I can hear you.
It's fine. We'll just roll with it.
I can hear you. Yeah.
So I did mention when you went off a bit before how you'd recently got some investment from Mercia Ventures, who they operate all across the UK, but they've got a big presence here in the northeast of England. And I just want to ask about when that came about. How easy or difficult was that process for you?
So it was where I started Tolicious bootstrapping it. So Tolicious was bootstrapped as a business. So we didn't have like any investors at the initial. We didn't have any pre-seed. But we invested quite a lot of money on stock. So we started trying to raise money for marketing. And that's when we started looking for funds. So we had different options. We had like loans and stuff like that. And then Mercia Ventures came in on board, and it was like equity funding, which we were, at first it was like, oh, shall we go for it? Shall we not? But we needed that funding to be able to continue growing Tolicious. So we agreed to that. It took average like 6 to 8 weeks to be able to get the fund and land in the bank account. But it was a bit about like they wanted to know, like get like the forecast, the business plan, what is it that we've sold, where is the business going, and all of that. Because it wasn't a loan fund, it was an equity funding. They were more investing in the entrepreneur, much more than the business. So also it's like with Tolicious is a wellness brand, so it has that clinical knowledge and the clinical background, which is like which is what amplifies it and makes it different from other brands out there. So I think this was one of the stuff as well. Plus we had like stock. We had stock as well. We also closed in our first year at 6-figure. So I think these were one of the things they looked at to say yes, that we're gonna give you that funding. And I was also like, what, everything they asked of me, I would provide. I don't waste time. It's like, they wanted my business plan. I was like, oh yeah, that's ready. I had it ready. I sent it out. I was also chasing them. So it's about like, you don't want to go on the bottom of their list. You want to be on top and be consistent and persistent and ask questions. Okay, when is the funding going to land? Do you need any more questions? Do you need any more information from me? Is there anything else you need from me? And stuff like that. So this were, this actually made the process faster, because sometimes it can take up to 6 months if you're not getting information faster, or not asking and following up consistently to make sure that things are flowing.
No, I think that makes total sense, because obviously if you're being proactive, then that shows that you're keen. But the fact that you've already got these things in place, you say you've already got you're already revenue generating. So you versus a company that's just an idea and hasn't even built anything yet or hasn't made any sales, you're going to be more appealing than they are. So you're already making six figures, like you say, so significant amount of money that you're generating through the business. You've got big growth plans. I know you've got lots in the pipeline. You've got your business plan. You've got everything ready to go, and the fact that you're coming back to them, so encouraging them to move faster as well, which is good, because when you think about it, I've worked over many years. I've worked with lots of companies over the years. I've know quite a lot of investors as well, but I think sometimes it's the balance of power is all wrong, where it's like the business owner or leader is going to the investor or the funder, sort of cap in hand, begging, "Bull, please, sir, can you give me some money to do this thing?" And that's not really the right way to approach it, because then it's like, well, you're very and if you're just passively sitting back waiting for them to come to you,
that's not going to happen.
No, and they're busy. They're busy doing lots of things. And again, if someone else is coming back to them quickly, making it easy for them, checking in on them, saying, this is where I'm at, and come on, let's go. So well done for doing that.
And I think it also shows the investor that you are serious about your business, because they are also investing that money into the business to make sure the business grows. So that shows them that you're serious about the business, that if they invest that money into your business, you're going to be able to produce, you're going to be able to be proactive and stuff. And in business, generally, you have to be proactive. That's what it is. You have to keep on chasing people. You have to keep on chasing. You have to be on top of things, or else it's like people are going to forget about you and your business. So that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm sure. Have you heard? I'm sure you have heard the phrase "shy Ben's getting out."
Yes, I've heard that.
So for anyone that doesn't understand, that's a northeast phrase. So shy babies get nothing. So definitely, if you don't ask,
you don't hear you.
So shy Ben's getting out. If you don't ask, you don't get. So
I can hear you. I'll have to go in and come back again. I can hear you.
That's fine. Well, I'm going to put your LinkedIn profile up so that people can see a picture of you, at least until you come back on. I've lived I'm a Geordie. I've grown up in the northeast of England, and that expression "shy Ben's getting out," I didn't really understand it until I started the world of work. But it's totally true. You can't just sit back and wait for people to come to you and come and save you or come and give you what you need. You need to put yourself forward. You need to at least metaphorically put your hand up and say, "Look, I'm here. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need. This is what I want. And I need your help, or I need your support, or in a positive way." People are always looking for people to work with, look for people to buy from, look for people to invest in, looking for people to support. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to put yourself forward. Cass is back. There you are. Can you hear me now?
I still can hear you. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to put your LinkedIn profile up again. Whilst Cass is doing that, definitely encourage you to take a look at the website. So Tolicious, TOLICIOUS.com. Take a look at the products available on there, and give Cass a follow on LinkedIn as well. So Cass UK. She's posted lots of good content on there about not only Tolicious, but how to start and build a brand and be self-employed. So she's got some great stuff on there. Instagram as well. Follow the brand, so Tolicious brand, and Cass is very, very active on there as well. Cass, can you hear me or not? No. She's gone. I'm going to take her out. This time.
Yes, can hear you.
This time. Oh, I'm just filling here. I'm saying lots of good things about you. I'm saying lots of good things about you and your website and Instagram, and telling people to check you out there. It's just one of those days. Sometimes the LinkedIn lives don't seem to work for some reason, but anyway, I think we're getting some good content in here. So the investment that you've got, so you've asked for some investment, you've got some investment. You might or might not be able to go into detail. Like what do you think that's going to help you do? What's the primary reason for that investment? Is it to help you go faster? Is it to help you to move into a new direction? What is it that you've asked for?
So the investment was to go into our marketing and PR. So that's what the investment was for, because we like I said, we have stock, and then we have a lot of stock, and then we got stuck at marketing budgets. So that's what it's doing for us. We also go on live stream as well, and expanded into our corporates as well. So that gave us like leeway to be able to do that, and also be able to hire more people to be able to help us at the back end. So that's what that fund has helped us with. So I think that brings us to our corporate.
Yeah.
As so can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Keep talking. So you've got your corporate wellness program. So yes.
Yes.
So tell us about that. How does that work?
Well, we actually, what we do is like we go into companies and we assess. So first of all, assess, and then we find out like how we can come in to support them and their staff, and then we bring a plan together, and then we come. It can be like one-to-one. It can be like Wellbeing days. It can be like Wellbeing events as well. And we come in with our speech, our products as well. Like the event we did the last time with our book launching event at the Crown Plaza. So that's what we did. We had sound therapy. We had a nutritionist as well who came in to have a chat. We also had Mind. Mind is like a charity we work with as well. They came in to speak to people about their mental well-being and all of that. Because the thing is, like, a lot of the times to think, you know what, let's just get on with the work. Let's just power on. Companies do not invest enough money and time in their employees' well-being, and this end up costing more in the future. Because what happens is, like, if you don't take care of the staff you've hired and then you lose them, it's going to take about 6 to 9 months to replace that staff. And in replacing that staff, it's going to cost you money, it's going to cost you time. So it's much more better if like that staff is being taken care of, they stay longer. And that means you even have healthier employees, and even your customers are going to be happy because you have people that are serving your customers who are happier. So it's a 360. We also work with like we've had like one-to-one clients who are like the HR leaders who has like high pressure, stressful job as well. So we do one-to-one event with them where we come in and see where we can be able to support them so they can be able to support their staff properly.
Yeah. Amazing. So would this be like a half-day event or a full-day event, or would it be a program, like an ongoing thing? I'm just wondering, I don't think you can hear me now. Oh dear. I'm going to come out. Can you hear me now, Cass? No, she's having some difficulty here with her sound. Okay. I'm going to take her out and I'm going to put her back in again. And while she's doing that, I'm just going to have another look at, I'm going to bring up her website, do a bit of filling, which is always good. Let's have a look. She's back. She's back. She's back. I was just about to bring up your website. I was just saying about your wellness programs. Are you ideally would you like to do an ongoing thing, or is it a one-off? Or is it, can they do either?
No, they are. It can be one-off. It can be an ongoing thing. Hopefully, we hope it's an ongoing thing, because wellness at work shouldn't be a perk. It shouldn't be like, you know what, I'm just gonna give you a box of chocolate and that's it. It should be something that is ongoing,
Yeah.
because you know, it's about consistency with everything. It's
Yeah.
about consistency, and we don't realize we spend a lot more time at work. That's one thing we don't realize. We spend a lot more time at work, and if the place we're spending more time at is not conducive, is not healthy for us, that spills into our private life as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is why most of the times people lose their best employees, because they're not happy at work, and that spills over. They go home, they're not happy at home,
Yeah.
and so this is very, very important. So it shouldn't be a one-time thing. It should be something that should be continuous.
Yeah.
Every month we should have a check-in with our employees, see where we can support them. What is the well-being event we can bring into the company? And we're happy, we're ready to come in and support your company with that. And so
Awesome. Yeah. No, I think it's really important. Like it is that holistic approach to wellness, because I mean I know I don't look it. I'm 49, right? So I've worked for a long time, right? But I think the world has changed, or is changing. There's still some very old-fashioned people who run businesses, right? Who think, oh, you've got work and you've got your personal life, and they're completely separate. You shouldn't talk about your personal life in work. It's not professional. They just want to talk about work, just work. But then you can't separate, like, things that are going on outside of work are going to impact your working life as well. If you've got a lot of stresses in your personal life, if you've got health problems, or you've got, maybe issues with your older people in your family that you're having to care, or you've got problems with your kids, or even with your relationships, all these things, we're not robots. We can't just completely switch. Some people can, not many people can completely separate the two, and vice versa. If you've got a really, really stressful, difficult time at work, that's going to spill over to your personal life as well. So I think the more sensible and enlightened approach to being a business leader is to take that into account. Yeah, you still want people to be professional. You want them there to do a job, not just you're not just there as a adult crash sort of thing. But it makes sense to look after your people. And
yes, that's 100%. But we look at the statistics, by the way, Paul. You look at the statistics, like the companies that take care of their staff, they have higher staff retention, they save more money.
Yeah, because it is expensive.
If you're hiring and firing every day, that has a knock-off effect on your business. It has a knock-off effect on your finances as well. So you don't have that continuity in your business. So we look at the statistics. A good example is Royal Mail. Royal Mail is losing millions of pounds every year because of staff retention problem. And most of them go off sick. They go up, they don't come to work. They have burnout as well. And because of the environment. You also look at other other places as well, like in the construction industry. Construction industry has the highest rate of people literally unaliving themselves because of the environment not being conducive for them. So if we can look at it from that perspective and not look at it as a pex, okay, you're not coming to work to chill. You're coming to work to work. If we look at it from that perspective of, okay, you know what, we are actually going to make the employees stay longer. We're going to actually save money. We're going to actually save costs as a company. Then we're going to understand like it's important. It's important in that aspect. So definitely that's how to look at it. If you are an employee listening to this, you look at it from that perspective, that whatever money you invest in taking care of your staff, it's gonna return. It's gonna return like 4 to 5 times. It's gonna return.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I've spent a bit of time working in recruitment. I spent a couple of years working in tech recruitment and senior leadership role recruitment. And you're talking about people who are maybe earning, that I was working with, people who are earning 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 pounds a year, sometimes more, right? And that's what companies are looking for, someone that they're going to pay that salary to. But then on top of that, they're paying another 15 to 20% fee on top of that for finding that person. So say, I don't know, yeah. So it can be 15, 20,000 plus on top of the salary that people are
Mm.
paying. So you don't want to have to do that very often. That's a very
Yeah.
expensive thing. So if you've made that investment in time and money to find the right person, you want to make sure that you're looking after them to get the best out of them. And definitely the best managers and leaders I've ever worked with are there. They're not necessarily there, well, they're not there to like dictate and micromanage. They're there to take problems away so that you can
Yeah.
focus on the job and not worry about the little things that might cause some unnecessary stresses. So it's from a purely financial perspective, it's good to make a relatively small investment in wellbeing programs for their staff. So definitely encourage people to take a look at what you're offering and get in touch with you as well, and see what you could offer to them.
Yes.
Just thinking out loud as well here. When you think about, I don't know if they still do, but some of the biggest, most successful companies in the world provide great food, like the gym
Yeah.
memberships. They do all kinds of stuff to look after their staff. And
Yeah.
not everyone can afford to do that, but there's a reason why these companies do that, and there's a reason why these companies are hugely successful as well.
Yes. 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 Because like we're saying, it's like if you take care of your staff is gonna take care of your customers. Simple as that.
Uh-huh.
Simple. We'll talk about the financial part as well. We'll talk about the productivity part as well. The staff is going to take care of your customers, and the customers' retention is going to go higher. So, something that we need to take serious, something that we shouldn't. And what we do as well when we work with companies is like we don't just come in to talk the talk. We bring in our products as well. So to try the product, like we have our skincare. We even have like mobile massage. We work with other companies that provide mobile massage therapy. So it's a holistic package. We come in and then we deliver this. And there's an event here happening at B Space on the 20th of July, which is next week Monday as well. So
Okay.
it's also like in the morning, but this is for the staff. We're not inviting outside people, so this is for the staff as well. But we're gonna bring in our wellbeing services to the staff at the B Space in regards to that as well. Which is very, because we are at this space and we want to make sure that our people here as well are also taken care of. So that's part of what we do. So we can bring that as well to other companies.
Very good, very good. So for anyone that doesn't know BizSpace, I think they've got them all over the country, but the one that
Yes.
you're in is in Gateshead. Is that right?
Yes.
In Felling, in Gateshead. And I used to work in the same office. And it's a great space full of other small business owners. And do you have hot desk in there or not? Because they didn't really do that when I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got some desks downstairs as well. Yes, they
Uh-huh.
do. And they've got
Yeah.
the office in rooms and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got like a big central space, haven't
Yes.
they?
Yes.
With offices all around it. So they sometimes, I mean, when I was there, they would sometimes do events in that central space, but
Yeah.
I always
Yes.
thought they could do more with that space, and maybe they are now. Yeah. So did you say this event is just for internal?
It's for internal. Yes, it's for
Right,
internal. For
internal companies.
it's also it's the same thing as well, bringing in the well-being and connecting with people, networking and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
which is extremely important. Extremely
Very
important.
good. Very good. Do you want to talk a little bit about your book?
Yes, I was about to grab it. Yes. So we've got the Delicious Way, a nurse's guide from healing from inside out, detox your body and life. So this is like basically it summarizes everything I've been speaking about here for the past 44 minutes. But it does a deep dive in on the psychology, the physiology of the body, what happens when you burn out, and signs to notice before the burnout comes. So it's all that as well, and it does a bit of information about my personal life, like what happened to me after postpartum healing. You know,
Oh, She's gone off again. Oh dear. Right, okay, I'm going to bring up her website and I'm going to show it on here. I'm going to show her book so you can see for yourself what she was just about to tell you about. So, The Delicious Way, Detox Your Body and Life Wellness Book. So it's saying you don't need another cleanse, you need to come back in the delicious way, detox your body and life. Registered nurse and wellness entrepreneur Cass UK shares her deeply personal journey from burnout to balance and how she created a simple, holistic rhythm to help women heal from the inside out. Blending science, soul, and self-love, she invites you to detox beyond the physical, releasing stress, overthinking, emotional weight, and the habits that dim your natural glow. And then it goes on to say, through storytelling, rituals, and real-world guidance, you'll learn how to cleanse your body with nourishing, realistic routines, declutter your mind, and set boundaries that protect your peace. Rebuild your energy, confidence, and connection to your true purpose. Whether you're a busy mum, a caregiver, or a woman on the edge of transformation, this book will remind you that true wellness isn't about perfection, it's about presence and self-care. You'll discover that the secret to glowing isn't hidden in a diet, a product, or a plan. It's already within you, because in the end, you are the detox. Love that. So, yeah.
Can you hear me? Yes.
I can. You're back. I was just bringing up your book and I was just reading out the description on there, doing my best to encourage people to.
Love it. Love it.
So, yeah, it sounds like a great book, and there's definitely people I know that I think would benefit from reading this, who are maybe struggling and trying to do a lot on their own. I was watching some of your videos the other day, and they're all good, but one that sort of struck a chord, I suppose, is one where you're saying about burnout. It doesn't just happen like immediately. There's usually a bit of a build-up to it. There's usually, your body's usually telling you. There's some signs, warning signs along the way that people sort of brush off or ignore because they're too busy and they're doing too many things, until your body's like, right, okay, you didn't listen to those whispers. Now I'm going to shout in your ear and I'm going to force you to stop. So is that what you've seen through your time as a nurse and through the work that you're doing now?
Yeah.
And your personal experience as well?
Like our body is like like your phone, or even like your laptop. Sometimes you have the signs. It's like, oh, that's not working. And then it's keep on giving you that sign. You keep on ignoring it. One day you're just gonna wake up and just try to turn that phone on, and it's just shut down. It's completely down. So that's the same mechanism with our body. So before burnout happens, we have the sign of like, maybe we feel tired. You're like, oh, today I just don't feel well. Like the other one, I'm gonna keep on pushing. We have bloating. Bloating is one of the biggest ones as well. Oh, I'm bloated as well. That's a sign of like your body telling you something is off, And so if we keep on ignoring that, then it's gonna get to a point where our body crashes and we cannot be able to move. And that is, I'm speaking from other people and also from my own personal experience. So definitely that is good as well. Gut health is very, very important as well. It's a sign. It's like if our gut's not functioning properly, that is also a sign of burnout. And also headache. Sometimes have headache. I just have this headache, maybe because I haven't slept well. All of that are signs of burnout. We need to also listen to our body when our body is speaking to us. So a whole lot of things. And I speak about. I'm gonna open up a page in my book anyway. I'm gonna tell you something, because this book is full of information. And when someone asks me like, what is one thing they could take away from the book, I would usually say, I'm gonna just open a random page and I'm gonna read out something. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Right. I just opened up, and the first thing that came to that we pull up here is the nurses know, the science of saying no. This is very, very powerful, because sometimes we are too nice. We don't want to say no. We just want to keep on giving and keep on giving, even when we get to the point of, what, I just can't. We just keep on giving, and that can also lead to burnout, because we're not taking time for from an. And I'm gonna read as well. When you feel obligated or pressured, your body produces stress hormone. So what happened is like when we keep on saying yes and yes and yes to things that is not literally serving us, our body keep on provided. Can you hear me? It's a little bit
Yes,
noisy.
yeah, good.
Yeah, we have this stress hormone which is cortisol, which rises up, and that's what it is, and that's where we are getting our body set up for burnout. So saying no is allowed. Saying no, you know what, I can't do this now, but maybe next time, maybe this is where I'm politely declining. It's okay. I know people that
Yeah,
cannot say no because they feel bad. I don't want to hurt that person. And that brings us to our motto, which is self-care is not selfish. You shouldn't feel bad about taking care of yourself and saying no, because that is protecting yourself, protecting your energy, and preventing yourself from getting burnt out.
yeah. No, that's good advice. There's definitely I don't think people are taught how to say no or shown how to say no, especially if because there is that some sort of subservient role when you start out in a job or a career where you've got a manager telling you to do something and you it's hard to say no, especially when you're early on in your career, but that can carry on where because you don't sometimes. I mean, I've definitely been guilty of this in the past where I've struggled to say no because I want to help, I want to do
But I
things for
think
people.
we are gonna wait for Paul to come in, but we're talking about saying no and how important it is to say no, and how to also politely say no, because you can say no in a different way. It doesn't have to be in a rude way where you say, no, I'm not going to do that, but you can say it in a nice way where you're like, you know what, I think I need a break. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, but you just need to give me a bit of time. And that's what it is. Can you still hear me, Paul? I will stay
Yeah,
connected.
yeah, I can
And
see
so,
and hear.
talking about the
Yeah,
delicious way to detox your body and life. So, this is a book that was launched a few months ago by Makers UK, and it focuses on how to be able to put yourself first and be able to take care of yourself, and also has that clinical insight and my personal lived experience in there.
yeah. Cass, can you
Right? Can you
hear me?
see? I will stay connected.
I,
The
I
network
can
is not
see
on
you.
our best side this morning. But we're powering on as well because we've been chatting for 52 minutes and we're sharing a lot of content, a lot of insight on how to be able to take care of yourself. And also, we talk about when you feel obligated or pressured, your body produces stress hormones that trigger flight or fight. Response, even for small commitment over time, this low constant stress leads to fatigue, anxiety, and emotional burnout. So it's like you need to set boundaries, and when you set boundaries, what it can do is like it can regulate your nervous system and it tells your body, I'm safe. Of my, and that is not selfish, that is self preservation.
Yeah,
Now, can you hear me? I think I'm going to go
I,
out and come back in. I'm going to
I
go out and come back in.
Cass, can you? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, she's gone. I'm going to bring up her book as well. Um, yeah, I was just sort of saying that sometimes I've definitely been guilty in the past of not being able to say no because it's because I don't want it. Well, firstly, don't want to upset, disappoint people, but also because I do want to do lots of things. But I've learned over the years that it's just not possible. Can't do everything. So much better than I used to be. It's focus is a really important thing of prioritizing and just narrowing things down. Because if you're no good to yourself or to anyone around you if you're trying to do too many things all at once. It's much better to do a smaller number of things very well, and then if there's something else that you want to do as well, um, that's not to say you can never do it. It's just you might have to wait weeks, months, or even years to do it. But we often usually underestimate how long things are going to take and overestimate how much we can do. She's back. She's back. I was just saying, I heard everything that you were saying, which was really good there. And I was just saying a little bit about how I've definitely been guilty in the past of finding it difficult to say no because I want to help, but also there's so much that I want to do. But I've learned over the years that that's just not possible. Much better to focus on a smaller number of things and do them very well. Okay, whilst Cass comes back in, I'm gonna bring up her website one last time for you to take a look at. I'm going to bring up all her products so you can have you can take a look there. So she's back. I was just bringing up your website. Just I was going to show people your products. Some great products on here. Make a nice gift. Well, birthday, any kind of gift, Christmas present, but also just a gift for yourself as well. I think gift of health is again probably my age, but I'm realizing more importantly how important health and well-being is. So there's so much I want to do, and I'm only going to be able to do that if I take good care of myself in the weeks and months and years ahead. Okay. Here's Cass. Cass?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, no. Right. What I'm going to do, that was I think we covered a lot of good things in there, and difficult with the picture disappearing and coming back. But most of that, the sound was there perfectly, and I think we've still been able to do a great interview with Cass. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to end it now. But Cass, I don't know if you can hear me. I was just going to say thanks very much for taking part in that. Can you hear me, Cass, or not? I'm going to take her out. So yes, so what I was going to say, hopefully you found that useful. Please do comment, like this LinkedIn Live or Facebook Live as well. If you're watching it on YouTube, post a comment, subscribe to the channel. Really keen to get more people following these videos and so they can see more. I think this is the 54th episode of the Super Connector show I've done so far. Loads of great interviews already under my belt, and lots more to come. So please do follow, like and subscribe and comment. And I think Cass is gonna come back in very briefly, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Okay.
Yes.
Cass, are you there?
Yes, I'm here now. Yes.
Yeah, great. I was just encouraging people to like and comment and share this. Hopefully they found it useful. Is there anything else you want to tell people about? I've already mentioned your website, your Instagram, but is there anything that you want to tell people to do next, or how to follow your journey?
Yeah. Well, like Paul was saying, if you guys wanna, get into your wellness journey, get onto Talicia's website. We have products from skincare to hair care, all natural products right there. And if you're a company and you want to bring in well-being events to your people, you can also book us to come in and deliver that. And if you're a high-performing personnel, you can also book a one-to-one and also do speaking engagement where I go into companies as well and I deliver like well-being, speech and all of that. So make sure you check us out as well, and also on Cass UK. But definitely, it was nice having inviting me to come on your show today, Paul, and having a chat with you on the podcast. And hopefully we can, keep this up.
Yeah, no, I thought it was excellent. I think you're obviously very impressive and very charismatic and doing lots of great things. So well done for everything you've achieved so far, and good luck for the weeks and months and years ahead. I'm sure you're going to do very, very well. So thank you again, Cass. Okay, have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.